Howdy, folks, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. Tonight, we got a great show for you with Alexander The Ganja Shaman. Thank you for being here tonight. And I am so happy to have you here, I should say, because I've been trying to get you on for quite a while because I've been so fascinated. Giving a big shout out to Amber Dawn on her channel, because you spend quite a few times over on her channel talking about all kinds of stuff. You gave me such a good reading one day that I was just stunned. And we got Trina Phoenix joining us too tonight.
Hey,
so
Trina.
welcome.
Hi,
welcome,
Alex.
welcome.
Hi, Robert.
Hello.
So good to see you.
Yes, it is. It was a big surprise. I thought you were going to be busy tonight, but I am so happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here, and it's been a long time, Alex. Long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a long time, few years. Yeah.
Yes. So good to see you.
All right.
Blessing.
Well, first off, you do numerology. I know I got confused with this because you thought I was talking about gematria, and being the layman, average Joe, gematria and numerology to me, and I didn't know the difference. But we did a show once on gematria, but can you explain numerology to me like you did earlier, so everybody knows what numerology is?
Oh, well, the gematria, they do they do a different calculation to it, how they break down the words to numbers. Like in numerology, we use Pythagorean. It goes 1 till 9. They use 1 till 8, so they will get a different number out of it. Numerology, it goes back a long time. It goes back to the Egyptian. The modern numerology is from Pythagoras, but where Pythagoras got it is from the Egyptian and the Indians. They were also using it. Numerology, it more on the person and the year energy. So because each one of us chose a path in this time, and each of us has a path and the lessons to go through. In numerology, also, it say that you choose your parents. You choose a specific time of birth, a day of birth for your lesson on this planet. And the gematria goes more, try to go with event and the word, and try to pinpoint if event is going to happen, or try to break down words in the Jewish or English form. So basically that's the word, and the other numerology itself is more the person.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. A lot more than I had. Trina, did you get that all? You must have known.
Numerology is awesome. He's done my numerology for me before, and it was awesome because I didn't know how to do the life path. I didn't know how to do a lot of the different numbers, and Alex was helping me with that. It was years ago, though. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
You have the same life path. I remember 28, with adds up to 1 being the leader, pioneer, doing things that normal people doesn't do, trailblazer.
Yeah.
And it's equivalent to Tesla. Nikola Tesla was also a 28. He was also a leader.
You know what's so funny, Alex? We both tried to jump. We both jumped off the roof when we were about 3 years old. Nikolai Tesla and I did the same exact things. We both knew we could fly. And it's so funny. I was gifted as a wedding gift 30 years ago, Tesla equipment. So it's been a part of my life, my whole life. So that's very interesting and really resonates with my life path.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So with all this numerology, you know, I've been told you know a lot about the conspiracies and things going on. What are the numbers telling you that's going to kind of turn over here in the United States or around let's just put it around the world? I mean, we just heard as of yesterday that Israel was attacked, and maybe that could be starting of a bigger problem. What do the numbers say for all of this stuff?
Well, Israel, there's problems going between them. Well, the Palestine for a long time now is getting to a tipping point, and it's happened in this month, which is the eighth universal month this year. So I know this month is like a sneak preview for what's to come next year. So I know they've been trying with a lot of things there already, trying to start off a war, and I don't think it's gonna happen. They're gonna try to get far, but it's not gonna happen. I can see also this month something happened with the financial market because it's the eight. Eight has to do with money, power, and that's what they're trying to keep control is the power, control with the fear. So this month they can push more fear to for control, and I can see also with the market, the stock market going down this month too. It all has to do with the
It's
eight.
interesting too, Alex.
Yes.
88 is always a reference to time travel. So that's kind of interesting because 88 is the gate for time travel. And 88 is 16, which is my birth date, which 8 and 8 makes 7. So it's a strong ray of creation that controls timelines. So this might mean that we have the ability to jump right now into a timeline that we want to be on. And we just got out of the Lion's Gate. And then September, now we're just entering October. This is like, it seems to me that has a significance also too with where do we want to go and where are we going to jump, because right now 88, that's a time jumper gate, and that's the 88 constellations that surround the 12 of our zodiac that we know of. There's truly 88.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And you said about the changing timeline. There was supposedly something to happen on the 4th, but a lot of people got to know about it and nothing really
Yeah.
happened. So due to the people awareness that we changed the timeline, that I was thinking last,
Yeah.
that we changed the timeline, that nothing happened.
Okay, we got
You're
something
right.
here. We got something bigger here. Okay, guys, hang on to this. Hold on to your bobby socks. Here we go. We have listen. Oh shoot, I gotta start this over. Stop. But this was good. You said 88. Yeah. Oh, okay. I
Time
got that.
travel.
Yes. And I
You got to get the Lamborghini to 88 miles an hour, or the DeLorean to 88 miles an hour.
Listen to this.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
So why is it? That's right. It was 88 miles an hour. I mean, when you said time travel, all I thought about is Back to the Future. And you're right.
Right.
88 miles an hour. 88. 8. See, 8.
And then think about it. If we've got 88 constellations that surround us outside of the immediate zodiac, which is 12 or 13 if you see Ophiuchus. So you've got 88 constellations that kind of blend into the 12, because that's more a morosis or whatever, the big unicorn, and there's different constellations that go through the sky, and they kind of overlap some of the other because they're big. Some of them are really big. So the 88 constellations, I see it as the circle of time. So I wonder where we're at in the 88 constellations and what sign we're sitting in right now, because I have a feeling that might tell us a lot about what we're getting ready to go into.
Yeah. And next year, what I understand in numerology is next year we're going to go to a eight universal year. So, and that's going to start because the years run from 1 till 9, in cycle from 1 to 9. And when you finish the 9, you go back to 1. But in between that, there's another cycle that's called the transitional cycle, which is the 8, 9, and 1. And next year, we're going to go through a transitional cycle. And what you said about the 8 is all about taking our power back with the financial state too. It has to do with money, market power, prosperity, longevity, and it correlates with the Chinese one because next year we're going to go into a dragon year, and it also refers to power and longevity. So it correlates with the Chinese. And then for
Wow.
2025 is a 9 for us. It's going to be a very conscious year about healing and letting go what no longer serves humanity to prepare for our new beginning in 2026. But with you
The
mentioned about the,
completion.
yes, the
Completion through
completion.
the dragon. Oh my goodness. Holy moly.
So next year is going to be a very
Mhm.
important one. And what you said about the 88, the next year it will be an universal 8 year, and in September is going to be also a universal 8 month. So then you have the double eight energy affecting the whole world. It will be next year
Oh
September.
wow.
Mm.
The guys, I'm telling you, this is when you manifest your timeline. This is when you say, let's jump far and fast and high, and let's get on a positive timeline. This is, I keep seeing these are your gates. Your gates to modify timelines is right in these 88 windows, and you're identifying them. So thank you, Alex, because that's good information.
It
Oh
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely is. Uh, I mean, we see it happening, but us average Joe guys like myself, I don't know how to interpret it. I just have to watch it day by day. And if you knew the numbers and you know how to interpret this stuff, you could be way ahead of the game. And that's the way I like to be. I like to be ahead of everybody else. I like to have my toilet paper in the cabinet, and when they go to rush it, I just sit back and say, "I already got mine. Did it last week."
Mhm.
Kind of thing. I'm just giving you an example, but I like to be ahead of the things. And
Mhm.
by knowing these little things by the numbers, you can kind of guesstimate, I would say, how you should be preparing, what you should be doing. Now we should all be prepared, but there's always that nobody's totally prepared.
that's
Yeah.
true.
This is
But
true.
in numerology, it does correlate with the year number. Like this year was a very spiritual year for the whole world. Like there was a very deep reflective year. A lot of people who want to do a spiritual practice. It was a deep learning year too. A lot of people want to go in things that they don't go normally and try to learn from ancestor or art, whatever their interest is. And it also with the government, for example, has to do with, or people in control, people being exposed, truth coming to light. And I'm seeing that also happen. A lot of people being exposed in higher places. So it's going according to the energy. The energy is going according to the numbers.
Yeah.
All
I see
right.
that too.
Yeah. Yeah. According to the numbers. And the thing is you interpret it, but see, I've realized by the shows I've been doing and the years I've spent studying and things like that, that the people in charge, they make their plans by the numbers, by the events in the sky. They have a calculated plan, like, hey, 9 and 1, it calculates with 2, and this is going to happen. We're going to plan an event this day, and this is what's going to happen. Or we're going to cause a catastrophe on this day, like a sacrifice, almost, or there's more to all of this. They employ witchcraft people in government. They do spells, they use sigils, they're and nobody sees that. It's up to us here at the show. I mean, we see that. I'm sure there's other people, but we see. That's the scary part. Is
I
that
think it's the brilliant part. Just like what Alex is saying, our awareness is changing the world. It
mm-hmm.
literally is changing the world. And this is how we're moving timelines. And this is why the panic is hitting so hard, because there's so much awareness now. And then and everything they're doing now, it's backfiring. It's just waking more people up and waking more people up. So this is
Exactly.
changing our world in a real way, guys. This is how we win. It is literally, it is not being in the darkness, which means ignorant to the truth. So the darkness we're speaking of, the darkness we're fighting, is lack of awareness of what's happening. But a lot of people, we need to have an appreciation for the ones that do not want to know these things. It's okay. Let them sleep. It's okay. They're supposed to. But the ones that are waking up and asking the questions, man, it's time to just hit them hard and wake them up hard and shake and rattle and roll them, because we're running out of time. So it's gonna be hard for them. But these are the ones that are gonna move really fast too through their process. They're gonna do what we've done in years. They'll do it in months. And the kids, oh, they're gonna be like superheroes running through this stuff so quick. But this is the key. This sharing of knowledge. This is really changing the world. And Brian, in the session the other day, said it again. And Robert, I've been doubting that information. They keep telling me, don't forget to celebrate. You already won. And I'm like, okay, look at the world. What lens are you looking through, you crazy people? Because this is not looking like we're winning here, you know. But they're like, trust us. We can see how many negative timelines we've already collapsed. So we're dropping those puppies like dominoes, guys. It's really working. It's really working. So pray for Israel. Pray for Israel.
Well, but you're right in a way that in any war, many people must die, but somebody always wins. You know, and that's the thing, is even though you think it's going down the tubes and people are, you know, falling off to the wayside and things don't look so good, and it might look pretty bleak, you know, it's no reason to give up. You know, I mean, you once you set your intentions, or if they can see the future, they know that we already won, that we won in the future. But right now, in the past, we're living in their past. It doesn't look so good. Like you said, everything's falling apart. We're going down this tunnel, and many people might be sacrificed or not make it.
Well, and I started getting this information in 2012. So I was like, no, you know, I was like, no, I don't know what glass you're looking through, but that's not what we're seeing down here. You know what I mean? I was like, I was pretty like not rolling with that at all. I was like, because no, it just, I couldn't see it in the reality. But you know what snapped it into focus for me? This is the weirdest thing, but it really did. When I realized that everything that we're seeing on the media and everything we're seeing on the screens is completely not reflective of the truth of what's happening in the hearts and the minds of the people, was when I saw that Trump lost in Arizona, when we had 96-mile-long traffic lines blocking our freeways with people screaming and hollering, waving signs. We've never had that happen in our state. And it happened to me multiple times, Robert, multiple times. So for them to say that didn't happen, it didn't match the reality of the real world. That's when I knew that there was a big problem, because I was like, this doesn't make sense. We've got corners on every corner, people selling shirts and t-shirts and flags, and there's no support for anybody else. None. I mean, the VP came to our state. Nobody came and showed up. Nobody. So this was really a reality thing in my brain when I'm looking at the real world, and then I'm seeing what they're portraying. I'm like, that doesn't match at all. But they're still playing this narrative. So I'm like, that's funny, because, you know, that's such a big, sloppy, stupid lie, and it doesn't match the reality. And people were like, I can't believe that this happened. I was like, it didn't happen, people. Look at the reality. Did you see any support for the one they said? They were like, no. I was like, it doesn't match the reality, so it's not real. And they were like, oh my God, you're right. I said, just look at the evidence. Look at your state. Look what you see before your eyes. Does that match what you're being told? And they're like, not at all. I was like, there you go. So that's when I was like, you know, they might be right, because we don't see it. But if you really look hard, you can see the evidence, and you can see the hearts of humanity, and you can see that people don't want to fight, and you can see these things, but you really got to kind of look beyond, and really look at the environment and see what is real and what is not real. Because when you're looking at screens and you're looking at, what people are saying, that's not what's happening on the vibrational levels of creation. It's not a match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So we win. We win.
You win. Alexander, what do you got to say on that?
No, what Trina was saying is true. Everything is, you can say, it started with the convict, that everything that they do is speeding up the awakening. Everything they're gonna try to, because now they're desperate, so they're gonna try to do different things, especially next year. But everything that they do is gonna be awakening more people, and it's gonna get the people angry afterwards. That the people are gonna revolt, and everything has to fall for the new to come. So next year, I know if eight also has to do with balancing, and now everything is out of balance. So next year we have to come with balance, and the eight also has to do with transformation. So I can see by next year, like with the time travel, the double eight, by September we should have had a big shift happening by then, or in September even. It's right after the Dragon's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds right. That does sound right.
Explain the Dragon's Gate a little bit, would you please?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dragon's Gate. What is the Dragon's Gate?
The Dragon's Gate? What
Yes.
well, next year also be in the Dragon year. It's what I understand, with what the stars, the planet Sirius align, is the best time for manifestation, manifesting. It's a manifesting energy to bring things to reality, basically.
Well, that makes
And it's, dragons to me are a creative fire. They're like the creative. I see them creating the universal eggs. Like, you know how you see the Fabergé eggs where there's a full universe inside of an egg? I think that's what comes from the dragons. So if we're in the year of the dragon, it's saying that's a creation window. That is absolutely, I bet that is so powerfully true. And that dragon fire energy is plasma. It's purple. It's that seventh ray violet fire transmutation fire. It turns anything into anything. It's so beautiful and creative. This is brilliant. It's given us like a plan to show us we're getting ready to go into this really big creative window where we can actually start to drive the consciousness of the planet for the first time, because there's enough of us in resonance with each other.
Oh yeah. This oncoming month that is coming is going to be very important month, because what I understand, it started with the eclipse in 2017 that it went across US. It marked a line, and it now next week we have a solar eclipse on the 14th, and that's going to lead with the other one on the 8th of April 2024, where that's going to mark another X in US, another site. It's going to mark an X, and I think by that time it's going to mark for the system to come down. Around that time, I can see in April big things happening also. But it's all for the awakening, for the new to come.
Yeah. Yes. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, hang on, I have it. Come on, you got to urge this thing on sometimes. And there it is. X marks the spot for solar eclipse in 7 years.
Yeah.
2024, here it comes. Right in the center of the United States there. Yeah, I remember that.
What?
Through. Holy cow. It was
2024 makes another 8, Alex.
Oh yeah. That's why the 2024 is the 8th universal year. And with it correlates with the dragon. And then 2024 September is a double eight, because the September is the eighth universal month, and 2024 is the eighth universal year. So the double eight is going to be in September. Well, yeah, next year is a very important year. Eight has to do with transformation, balance, money, prosperity. It's all what the human race is looking for. So we're gonna have a big transition in 2024.
My goodness. You know, it's so funny. You know, when you look at the ancient Celtic ruins, you know, the X is a sign of a Gabo or Gibo or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's kind of neat because it represents a coming together too in a partnership. So this could be an opportunity. And then X marks a spot. That's where you always go to find the treasure on the treasure map.
Yeah, that is true.
So, you know, they always have an X where the treasure map is where the treasure's at. So you've got, that's Gabo or Gibo. Gabo, people say differently, but that's the rune of partnerships. It's also representation of a crossing. It's also the new name of the new Twitter. And it's also being utilized in multiple things with X-Men. And so there's a lot of symbology happening with the X. So this is going to be monumental.
Yeah.
We got to drive it, though. They want to drive us to destruction. We got to drive this where we want to go. And I do think you're right, Alex. I think we're going to see a major power system structure failure. And, you know, everybody's like going to be freaked out when this happens. But I literally do think that's how we save this planet. And it's going to be from the sun. It's going to have nothing to do with us. It's going to be the sun that's going to take everything out of the way. And they say, you know, the next cleaning would be not by water. It would be through fire. And this is what it is. Solar flash.
Oh, the solar flash. Yeah, there's some people saying that we're gonna expect it in next year, 2024. But I think maybe it's 2024 or 27. But it's gonna be before 2030. That's for sure. Because 2027 is an 11th universal year. It's all about enlightenment. So I can see something big happening with the solar flash.
Have you guys heard that this solar flash might be because Betelgeuse is going to go supernova?
Yes, I heard, but that's the thing. I heard that Betelgeuse already went in supernova.
I heard that too. But it won't hit us for a while, right? The light won't hit us for quite some time. And that's what they don't know is when the actual wave is going to hit us. Because the closer it gets, the faster it gets, right?
That I'm not sure. But I know it's underway. But when it's gonna arrive here, that I don't know.
Yeah. I think this is what we're looking at. All this big this solar stuff that they're talking about. I'm pretty sure this might be the Betelgeuse, and I think that's why they were saying the solar flash is imminent. And I'm pretty sure it's because they know. Yeah, they know this thing is going.
Yes, they have technology to see it. They can see it. Also with a looking glass. Apparently, on the looking glass, they have seen that the timeline also collapsed, like go to one. Everything that they do, it goes to one. So they eliminate the negative one.
And everything it says now, we win. And they kept telling me, you guys need to celebrate. You've already won. And I'm like, no, you don't know what it's like down here. No, that's not real. No, not yet. Because we're not seeing that. So I know y'all up there doing a happy dance and continue party on, but we're not feeling that yet. They're like, we know, but you understand the faster you can feel your victory is the faster it will show up on the planet. So I was like, well, you got a good point with that. Okay. That I can make sense with. So yeah, fake it till you make it. We won. Feel the victory as often as you can. They keep telling me that's going to be one of the strongest tools for your success is to believe in your success, because nobody can see this yet. We need to really shift our consciousness because we're stuck in what things really are looking like, which is not good. So we've got to start to get rid of that and acknowledge, what's going on around us. Of course, we can't, we got reality to deal with, but we're going to affect the reality with our consciousness. And apparently we're winning, and we're going to win, and they will collapse into one. And any of the ones, when it all collapses, it doesn't matter which one it actually collapses on. They're all still a positive polarized timeline for us. So no matter what line we jump on now, we've apparently gotten rid of all of the horrible, really dark timelines that we would have succumbed to. But a lot of souls, those are their timelines, and they will go to those timelines because that's where they're supposed to. They want to go for their soul's growth and evolution, or karma, or whatever they're doing. So, I think a lot of the people that are leaving, this is because they already know their destinations, and everybody's already going into their own appropriate places. And I saw that we would be sitting in the dual dimensions, both dimensions simultaneously, for quite some time. And then I saw it start to slowly separate, pull apart. And it took a long time. And then it would finally pop apart. But when it pops apart, they were explaining to me that we would not know it. We would not know. And it would take a lot of time for us to see the new reality manifest. But they said that when we actually made the split, the bifurcation happened between the dimensions, we wouldn't even know it happened. And they said it would happen in the blink of an eye. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. We won't even know it happens. Not even know it. You won't even know it. And both realities will look identical for quite some time. And then over time, one will start going more down a more negative timeline, and one will be going more into a fifth dimensional, higher vibration timeline. And the other one will be just like it is now on Earth, with, wars and crazy stuff and just normal third dimensional reality life. That realm will continue forward on its timeline projection. But many of us are what they call graduating, and we will be ascending into a higher dimension. But it's not a different place. It's right here. The only thing that separates us are realms of consciousness. So the more our consciousness gets anchored into either positive or negative timelines, that's eventually where your consciousness will anchor into that realm, and that realm of vibration will eventually, these two realms that are dancing together will eventually split apart. But we're going to have, it's going to look identical for, they showed me, quite a while. You would never even know the difference. So we might already be in it right now. We might not actually know it yet, but we actually could be. And I'm starting to see the evidence that this actually could be true. So yeah. Wow. We might be, we're getting there. But keep on keeping on and don't give up.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I've been hearing that for a long time. There'll be the new world and the old world. And I just don't know how to put that in my head to make it make sense.
Robert, it didn't make sense to me when I was freaking 10 years old under a tree with my pit bull and my dirt bike, and went out of my body, and I'm sitting above the world with the Lord, and then this big God thing behind us popped the world. The whole world went dark and it was gone. And I thought that thing killed everybody. And I'm yelling at God or whatever this thing was, but wouldn't let me look at it, kept throwing my head back, like wouldn't let me see it. I got a little glimpse of its eyeball though. And then it popped the world. I thought everybody died. And this is how he explained it to me when I was 10. So I love when I get these things when I'm a little kid, because it's very simple. So you can kind of get it, right? So he showed me the world, and I'm sitting with the Lord, and we're like up on this platform looking at the earth, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, it's so pretty. And he goes, yeah, it's so pretty. And then that God voice thing behind me that was really big, huge, 1,000 voices, and one voice says, yes, my child, feel it. And he threw me in the earth, and I felt everything all at the same time, and I thought I was going to explode or die, or I didn't know. It was so overwhelming. I could hear the rivers and the oceans and babies crying and sex and traffic lights, and everything at the same time. And then as soon as I would hear one sound like over another sound, if I focused on that sound, I would go straight into the body of the frog. And then I'm like, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And then I'd hear a cricket. Boom. Then I'm in the cricket. Boom. Then I'm in the tree. Boom. Then I'm in the star. Boom. Then I'm in the ground. Boom. It was like, boom, 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 boom. So overwhelming. And I was like, oh my God, stop, 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 stop. Too much. It's too much. So I got pulled back out of the earth, and I'm back floating over the earth again with the Lord, and we're talking again. I was like, whoa, that was intense. I was like, that's crazy. I don't want to do that again. You know, wow. No, nice to know that I'm everything, because I knew at that moment I was everything. Everything, I was a part of it because of my part of God that's inside of me. That's the same part that's inside of you. So we're all the same. And wow, we're everything. So that was making my brain hurt, like really bad. And I was like, okay, so, okay, whatever. So, and we were looking at the world, and then all of a sudden this big, huge finger that was like so big, it popped the world, and it went black, and I had a heart attack, and I started screaming and yelling at this God thing that's behind me that I don't even know what it is. I'm yelling at it. I'm like, what'd you do that for? Did you kill everybody? Because I thought everybody was dead. And this is the 3 days of darkness that everybody talks about. So don't panic. This is going to be okay, because he showed me it was so quiet. It was like it was gone. I was terrified. I really thought he killed everybody. I thought, that's a sick joke. This is not okay. I was really having a panic attack. I was like, why would you do this to my earth? I felt it go away, and that scared me. But then he laughed at me. And he said, my child, if I created it, how would you ever assume I would not know how to care for it? And he brought this big ass hand out, like big hand. And then he goes, whew, and the earth came back, and it was floating over the other hand, and he was holding it over his hand, and it was floating like a little golf ball. His hand was so much bigger than the earth. I mean, it was way bigger than the earth. And it's floating over his hand. And this earth, it was glowing from the inside out. And it was so beautiful. And I was mesmerized. I was like, wow, but it looks just like earth, but it's sparkling. It's so pretty. Oh my God. And then he did it again. Yes, my child. Now feel it. Boom. Throw me in that earth. Oh my God. It was a song. It was a song of harmony. And the feeling was so beautiful. And the flowers knew my name. And they bowed. And I knew the flowers. I knew every blade of grass. Just like they say, God knows every hair on your head. I knew every flower in that field. But I knew them. And they knew me. Like personally. I was like, what? Wow. How does this doesn't make sense. Everything was glowing from the inside out. The reflective light was not near as powerful as the radiating light. The grass glowed, the trees glowed, everything glowed from the inside out. And everything had consciousness, and everything was alive. And everything knew you like you know you. And you know it like you know you. And that is so crazy. But that was when I understood, when I was older and people were talking about the law of one and how we're all one. I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. I totally know that. I felt that shit. Oh my God. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Kill that fly. You're killing yourself. It's true. It's the Buddhists are right. It's real. I'm like, so yeah, when you go through something like that, it made it simple for me, because he showed me, he's like, yeah, you're going to go through a transition, and your planet's going to change, but it's going to be a change that you want to see, and a change that you're going to help create. And he said, and that's why I want you to see this, because you'll never forget it, and you'll always take it with you, and you'll help later. You'll understand what this means. Because I was like, okay, I don't get it. That's all I could say. I don't get it. That was cool, but I don't understand at all why you showed me any of that, because I was 10. That was 1980.
Wow.
1980. Yep.
But
So
would it
we're
be
going
that
through
was
this.
you saw the 5D Earth, the the
Yeah.
Earth ultimate version as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what it was. And he told me, he said it's going to take a lot of years for this full energy to anchor into the earth where you know the flowers' names. But that might not be in our lifetime, but we're getting the vibrational freedom to where the planets are you know, like when cells divide in a body,
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
all this is. God showed me the earth as one of the cells of his body, and it's going through mitosis, and the old cell will slough off and eventually go, and a brand new identical cell is creating, but with a higher light frequency vibration. It's basically like cellular division in our own body. God does the same thing with the whole universe.
Damn, that's deep. Ooh, this is very
That's what he
interesting.
showed me when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like when you make a new cell. He goes, when you get a scrape on your elbow, he goes, do you have to worry about putting your skin back together? No, I do it. He goes, I'm going to make a new earth. That's going to be happier. And that's why he made me feel it. He made me feel the chaos of the third dimensional realm, the traffic lights and the screaming and the people and the lovemaking and the crickets and the frogs and oh my God, no. And then the 5D earth, everything is sounding in harmony, and it makes a symphony of sound, light, music that there's no words for. But the closest I've ever heard to it was Enya.
Ooh, Enya. I love Enya.
That's the
Yeah.
closest anything I can even say is Enya. She's got the closest vibration to what I heard was the sound of the 5D earth, the song that the earth sings in its core vibrational sound. It was a harmony of symphony that sounded kind of like Enya. Beyond words, though, and you could feel it. Everything, you're one with everything, but you're still yourself. You still have your consciousness of yourself. But if there's higher realms where you don't have that anymore. But in the fifth dimension, you're definitely going to have your separate identity, but you're going to have a connection to the earth in a very different way. But we may not see this in our lifetime, but our grandchildren will, for
No,
sure.
but that's the thing. That's the thing. I do think we're gonna see it in our lifetime. That I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna happen. What you're talking about is it's gonna be happening
Yeah,
before
layers of it
2020.
will, levels of it. Yeah, but
Could be.
they're going to get to
Could,
see way more than us. So,
hmm.
but we're going to
Oh
get to
yeah.
see the beginning. Yeah, but they're going to get to see amazing things. Yeah. I
Oh yeah.
think, Alex, from what I'm seeing in the evidence that's been shown to me since I was a little child is, you know, in the process of involution, and then there's a process of evolution. We're going to go backwards now. We're going to go back to light bodies. So
Yes.
we went from light body to flesh, and now we're going from flesh to light. It's involution, evolution. We're flipping the whole damn script, and it's going the opposite direction now. This is what they show me in simple terms to show a child where a child could understand.
Very interesting. Yeah, but what I understand also when the shift that is gonna happen, we're gonna be taking our bodies and our body is carbon based, and it's gonna go be crystal based, which is not gonna
You
be
already
our
are. No, you already are.
crystal based.
You already are. You're more carbon than crystal, but you're still already crystal.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not
okay,
gonna, you're
yes,
not
yes.
gonna take your body anywhere. Your body's gonna stay on Earth. This Earth will stay on Earth. Even when the
Okay,
5D and 3D Earth separate, you're gonna be on both at the same time, and you won't even know it. And then
that
and then
yeah,
eventually you'll go to
yeah.
your right polarities. Either you'll go 3 or you'll go 5, and it's depending on what you are as consciousness. So your consciousness will determine where you anchor in the realm, because these are just realms. 3D realm, Earth is in Earth. It's all in Earth. There's 12D Earth in Earth, 12 dimension Earth. That's when you're not yourself anymore. You just forget it. You're stuck in the cricket, the bug, the ocean, all of it at the same time, and there's no
Yeah.
more you. So yeah, but those are all existing here. So they're all here, and the only thing that separates them is the consciousness. So all of us that are going into 5D consciousness, eventually it's going to anchor, and there's no more going back to the 3D consciousness, and that consciousness will simply just go away from your reality, and it will go away. But the way they showed it's like cell renewal in a body, because this is what it is. This body of Earth is going through a regeneration process, and it's dividing and picking new cells and multiplying and creating new and healing old wounds and taking stuff that was sick and broken and destroying it, fixing it, repairing it, and replacing it with brand new templates. So 5D is an upgrade for us, but we're already there, and it's already in us. And your crystalline structure, crystalline is your original blueprint from the creator. You're always crystalline, but your carbon expression is a reflection of the third dimensional realm. Eventually our flesh will start to get lighter. It will change. Eventually our internal organs are going to start to shift, but apparently our heart has already. The heart's now in the center of the body instead of the left. So it's already happening. It's happening now.
Yeah, it's happening gradually, what they understand, so our body get adjust to it. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but you're right about the
And think
heart.
about it, Alex. They say 7-year tribulation. How long do you think it takes to regenerate the entire human body? 7 years. Every 7 years, you get a brand new body. Every 7 years. Great Tribulation, 7 years. It's all about the body. As above, so below.
Yes, as above, so below.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very interesting how everything is coming to a point now, we're
You
in
know,
the big. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I feel so grateful. I learned this when I was a kid, a little kid, because I had no ideas of what any of this stuff was. So I got to learn it in a real simple, pure way that I could explain it to people when I got older, and then it would be easy for them to understand, because I didn't understand it either. And watching people awaken now, it's like, but you need to be learned like a little kid, because it helps you. It helps you, because the hard part is all the details and all the confusion and all the areas of confusion they want us to be drug into with aliens and all this different stuff. These are distractions to keep you from the truth of the importance is your body. And this body is a reflective of the body of creation, that the template of creation in multiple universes, multiple existence. What you are as a template of man is a very beautiful, precious gift. And this template is massive, and it encompasses, it's so big. Just our body in this universal body that we sit in, it makes my brain explode. It's so big. That's how big I see it. Like we have chakras. The body of God chakra system is an omniverse. If you can, one chakra, omniverse. It's that big. It's insanity what they try to see, and I can't put it into words. My brain can't get big enough for it, but it's beyond comprehension. The part of the body of God that you sit in right now is beyond comprehension. It is that vast and that beautiful and that expansive, and it's constantly evolving and changing and growing just as we are. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. To be in this soul hour system.
I got a question for you. Several questions. Nina the Mystic wants to know what is going to happen towards the end of the year, or maybe the beginning of 2024. And I think we kind of talked a little bit about that with the eights and the stuff like that. But if you want to review that, but what about this renewal? Or I know Trina had a lot of experiences. What led you on this path? Did you have any experiences with whatever that brought you to the place that you're at now?
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, my journey started when I was young with the alien abduction. I was looking at that, an unsolved mystery, and then I went to Holland to study sustainable energy and technology, and then there I started putting things together, like because I was an altar boy too, and I learned about the Vatican and the government, the Bilderberg Group. That was in 2010, and afterwards, 2013, I came back to Aruba, and then the angel numbers started popping up a lot. That I'm like, okay, this is not a coincidence. when I saw there's more people into angel number, and from there I got into numerology, and I started doing people life path number around me and their personal year number, and I see every time it matched. So that was in 2015, 14, and then from there I started going into numerology.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Wow. Numerology. And and numerology fascinates me. I mean, you gave me a great reading, and Trina, I'm sure he gave you a reading at one point in time too that
Yeah.
was phenomenal. And I seen in here everybody was talking about if they're eights or what their life path number was and all of this other good stuff. I have one person that said we're going to use them as an experiment here, and if you could show or kind of use them as a guinea pig. Gorgo, he gave me his numbers, and I wondered if you could just do one and explain a little bit how it works.
Okay.
What kind of numbers do you need?
The complete date
Birthday.
of birth. Yes. The
Okay.
day, month, and year.
Okay, 3/17/1985. Gorgo, this is for you. So anyway, we're using you as an experiment. Gorgo's pretty good. He's been in the chat. Go, whatever. Go. Okay, sorry. Go girl.
Deborah put a date in there too, Robert.
Huh?
Deborah put one in there too. 124/24.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, she just put it in.
Yeah.
He put it in quite a while ago, but I was hoping that he could well, how could she be 124/24?
No, they're asking what's going to happen on that date. Like, what do the numbers say about that date? 124/24. I've seen that a couple times.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
So, do the birthday one first, but then we'll do what does that mean for 124/24 after.
And explain kind of how it goes while you're doing it, so if people understand what the numbers all mean. If you could, go. Yeah, sorry, go. If I missed, I see that.
That's okay. I just want to tell you, right, because it's a fun name to say. Go. I love go.
I know. He emailed me the other day too, and stuff. He's a good guy.
Yeah, we love go.
Yes.
So if go, if his birthday 31 of July 1975.
No, 3/17/1985.
85. Okay.
Third month, 17th day, 1985.
March.
Yes, March. The March guy. And the 17th, the Eyes of March. Is that the Eyes
That's
of March?
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. That's it. I knew it was one of the two. It had to be one of the two.
Like that's St. Patrick's Day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible with numbers. I gotta wrote down. Wait. He's a shamrock baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Born on St. Patrick's Day.
I remember 1985 very vividly. I was in high school and anyway.
Okay. Go. I saw he's life path 7. So life path 7 is very spiritual number. Very spiritual people are life path 7. They're very analytical. They use their mind a lot. Detective, a lot of detectives are life path 7. Inventors also can be life path 7. They resonate very easily to the spiritual path. And one of their things that they need to overcome is facing mistruth head on, researching things, deep diving in things. And I see that Go this year, he's in a personal year 9. So I can imagine this year with being in a 7 universal year and he being in a 9 personal year, that this has been a very spiritual year for him, that he had to, this year was all about the theme is for him to let people go and things that no longer serve him anymore for his higher path. It's all about letting things go and working on self and preparing for. He's gonna be preparing for himself for next year, which is all of his 9-year cycle starts, where it's gonna be new in a 1 year, which is set new ideas, new goals, which he can go forward. So this year is a very deep spiritual year for him, for letting go and seeing what no longer serves him for his higher purpose. Let me know if that resonated for Gogo.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Sounds right.
Yes, I know that is so so good. What about the 12424? That's the future. Can you tell us something about the future? I know Nina the Mystic was asking about that. What do you see in the future? So 12424, does that have any significance?
Let me see. Well, it's a 13 day, I see. 13 convene, and with the 8 could be something going down a control system. Something has to do with the foundation and structure. Because it's in January. Could also with the 24 with +1, it means also a 7, and still gonna be in the 7 energy. It could be something coming out of exposure or something falling down, that is a corrupt structure, foundation coming down on that day.
The tower.
Tower. A tower. Yeah.
That's what I saw in my head when you said that. I literally saw the tower.
Okay. Off the Hook says, how do I find out which one I am in? Born in 1970. Does that make a difference? Or you got to have like a date or month or whatever? Or, how do we go about finding out what life path we are on?
Oh, okay. You have to add, there's 2 ways of doing calculating it, but I do it as the way I do it is I put the month, day, and year. I add them all singly apart, and I add them up. And what I get at the end, for example, if it's 11, 22, 33, or 44, you don't reduce it. Those are master numbers. And if it's another number, then you reduce it to a single digit number. And that's your life path.
Okay. Okay. So that's why Grandpa Brian had said he's a 33.
Oh, yes, I've done his. He's the master number 33. That's the master teacher, master healer.
Yes, he is a master healer too. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how you do it. You add the numbers together, and then you come up with a solid number. And if it's 11, or which is 11, 33, and a something.
11, 22, 33, or 44. In Western numerology, it goes till 33, but you also have 44. In the Egyptian numerology and the Indian one, you have 44. 44. I am self a 44.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then all the rest of the numbers, the other ones you reduce to a single number, though.
Yes. You reduce
unless you get to a master number.
Unless
you don't reduce the master numbers. That's like me, my birthday, my month and my day adds up to an 11. So because 4 and 7 makes 11.
Oh, yeah.
Because 16, 7, 4, 7, 11. Yeah. So my month and my day makes an 11, and then my year is an 8.
Do you add the whole year or just the end numbers of the year?
The whole year. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think numbers. I think numbers are as beautiful and as powerful as words. Numbers almost sometimes can be clearer than words because they don't really change. They're pretty consistent with their value. So yeah, I think this numerology is probably one of our strongest languages that we just don't remember how to speak anymore. because it's in
Yes.
everything.
They say this number doesn't lie, and I know with
Right.
astrologers they read planets, the position of the
Yes.
planets, and they see planets doesn't lie. They just reading how it was. You know.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's so true because I see planets as conscious beings. So
Mm,
those conscious beings, they have rays of consciousness, and those come down in numbers, geometry, vibration, light code. It's just code. So those
yes.
beings are coding you, and that's why these planetary influences have such a strong influence on you when you're born. Because when you anchor the Earth star and the Soul star and anchor, that activates the chakra system. That's what they show me. So when you come into Earth, your light anchors into the Earth through the Earth star, which is the core of the Earth, and that anchors to the star of you that's anchored and fixed in the heavens above. And through that, you get the sleeve that contains the chakras that connects you to the solar system. But that's how I see it. It's like you these things are your, they're your plugins, so they're your data stream, your primary data stream field. Although, when you move through the solar system, it's changing, the influences change as you move through different positions. But what you were born into, that's your anchor, that's your home, and that's where you go to find your true north, is look to the position that the earth was brought you in at. That's going to be a very strong position for you as a being, because it's your code. It's your code, your calling card, your for the earth.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah, it's potent.
I bet he's doing a bunch of math.
Right?
Everybody's adding. See, oh man, I'm adding too. I got a whole scratch paper full of stuff, and I don't know if I did it right or not. So I added the 4 with the 29, and then the 1969, and then I come up with a 40. Is that right? What would that be? Am I wrong? Which would be a 0. There is no zeros.
No, you add a 0, then it will reduce to 4. So it then means you're a life at 4. That's
I'm
the
a 4.
builder.
See, I did it right.
Yeah.
I did it right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Reduce the number to a single number. Okay, and since there is no zeros, you got a 4. Okay, so I
Well,
am
see,
a
because
4.
like when Alex adds up my life path, I'm a 10, but you don't use the 0, so we drop it down to the 1. So, but when you
Yes.
add up the numbers, I land on 10, so that
Yeah.
makes it a 1. So
A 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I did it and they come up to 40, and then I'm
you know what else? You know what else a 10 is, Alex?
Mm,
X.
oh, really?
Roman numeral
Roman
X means 10. So I am the X.
None. Yeah.
Yeah.
With everything, the Twitter turning X, and with the X mark spot next year, it's going to be we live in a very interesting time. We live and we're seeing changes happening. That's why I'm very positive. I'm seeing awakening happening on this planet. So it's going to be very interesting.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Things are definitely happening, and we just have to see what's coming. I mean, it's all coming to a head. I mean, even if you can't figure it out by the numbers, you can look outside your window, read the newspaper, and when you go to buy your groceries, something's changed. Buy your gas, something's changed there. It affects your pocketbook. Maybe you lost your job or something, and then something's changed. It's always, there's a lot going on.
Yes, off the hook. I'm a 1. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Off the hook's like, you a 1? I'm like, yep, I'm a 1. I'm the pioneer. I'm the 1. But the 10, but there's no 10, so it's a 1. Yep.
Like I said, everybody's doing math.
Yeah, everybody's like, I'm this, dude. I'm looking at all the numbers too. I'm like, check it out. I'm like, that's cool. I love it.
You've
Claudette's an 8.
stirred up
Off
the
the hook's
feathers
a 2.
there, Alexander. You've stirred the numbers up there. Everybody's thinking now.
Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
yeah, we
So,
all choose a path, on this planet for our experience, our soul growth. We all choose a path. We all choose our parents. We choose our name too. A lot of people don't believe, oh, I didn't choose my name, but yeah, we choose our name too. So yeah.
I think
be-
that's true.
well, there are people who have a name and they don't like it and they change it. They call themselves different things.
I
I,
see that a lot. And I have two of my friends right now that just changed their names. So
yeah,
I'm seeing that a lot. But even my grandmother, she never used her real name. She always used her middle name. So
yeah.
I see a lot of people too that take their middle names as their names instead of their first names. I'm seeing that a lot too. But I think Alex is right. Your name has a frequency vibration. And my mom, my name, she said she knew my name from the time she was 7 years old.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
she babysat a little girl down the street, and her name was Trina. And
Hmm.
she said, I will name my little girl Trina. As soon as I have a baby, I'm going to have her Trina. And I was the firstborn, and she named me Trina. She knew when she was a little girl what my name would be.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because your name is a frequency, which is who you are, in our world anyway. I mean, maybe in the spiritual world, you're a frequency name, but here it's translated, and if it doesn't resonate with you, then you kind of want to change it.
Mhm.
I know, like there's a guy at work, he's the boss man, and his name is Clyde, but he goes by Dale. And there's another guy at work that's his name is, he goes by Bert, but his name is Robert, and so
Yeah.
forth and so on. And maybe it just sounds better to them. They resonate better with that name.
Hmm.
I don't.
I think too, as you change and evolve and grow as a human, I think it's there's some traditions when you go through the passage of manhood or whatever, then you get to pick your new name. So it's
Mhm.
part of the foundation, their belief system. It's like when you come of age and become a man or you become a woman, if you want to change your name, like that's custom for them to say, you now have a new name and you're now coming into your own true self, and now you get to choose your name. I think it's Native American, like
Yeah.
the chief could give you a name and they'd say your totem, but then if you felt your new name, you could give yourself your new name. And I
Well,
do know a few people who did
that
that too.
that is exactly it. I went through that all on my Native American Myths and Legends show. They would
Oh,
have the aunts and the uncles as a newborn baby would come around, and they would all come up and come up with a name. The aunts, the uncles, the grandfathers, whatever, and they would give them a name. And then as that child grew up, that child had a chance to change his name, and then as he got older, he had a chance to change his name again. And sometimes he would take names from somebody else, like, hey, I want to take your name because you're a brave warrior. And then that brave warrior would say, okay, my time is done, I'm going to give you my name. Sitting Bull was, or was it Sitting Bull? Yeah, I think it was Sitting Bull. Or one of those two, maybe.
you know
Yeah,
how
but
they
anyway,
actually
maybe it was Crazy
do you
Horse.
know how they
One of them took
do you
his
know how they
father.
actually name the babies, the Native Americans? Do you know what they told me on the third Mesa?
Huh.
I said, how do you name your children? And they said, oh, it's the first thing that you see when the baby's born.
Mm.
I
Well,
didn't know that.
yeah,
So that's why they're Sitting Bull and Crying Dog and stuff like that, because they're named by the first thing that the mother sees when she gives birth to the child. So
yeah.
that's why a lot of them are called Starlight, because they're staring at the stars, or howling dog or barking coyote. All these names, or rooster, croaking rooster. One of the girls I met, her name was
Mm,
Screaming Child,
mm.
because there was a screaming child the moment she was born. So her name was Screaming Child. So
Yeah.
they all had these beautiful names, but they were all names for what the mom saw the moment they were born, or what somebody around them said, did you see that? Flying eagle or whatever it was. So that's how they actually do get those names when they're born. But then when, like you said, when they get older, they can pick their own name at that point. They're named. Yeah.
And they sometimes change them multiple times. I was reading out the one book, and the guy was 100 years old, and he was talking about how people would back in the day, the Indians, they would change their names pretty regularly, every few years. And when they got onto the reservation, the government couldn't keep track of who was who, because they, last year you were, running bear, and today you are, fly in the wind or something, or, pheasants howling. And so they were trading names. Nobody knew what they were. So the government stopped that and said, here, this is your American name. Here's your American, they gave them a number and a name. And they, for a long time, they still kept changing their names, but they used their government name to do business with.
Brian just made me laugh. Two dogs fucking.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that would be a hard one.
I think that'd be a rough name to have.
No.
Oh yeah, it made me giggle though. I was like, oh god, I lost my coffee on that one. Oh god. Yeah. Oh, Alex, that one would hurt. Oh yeah. Oh god, that's funny.
Good job, Grandpa Brian. There you go. You put it up
Oh,
there, yeah.
oh, you guys are so funny. Chat is like having fun tonight. Oh my goodness.
They're having a blast. Yeah, we should wrap this up. Everybody's starting to head on over to Max Vision remote view class. And I was over there the other night, and I've been working on my remote viewing. Man, I hit it right on the head. He had a man with a beard, and I said a man with a beard, and
holy crap, Robert!
I was spot on.
Look at you go! Woo-hoo! I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Now, storyteller, go on remote viewer. I love it.
Well, it's all about using your brain and getting into the mood, and just getting out there and practicing. And I've been trying to practice, and I go there, and sometimes I do one or two. Sometimes I do at least one. I try to do at least one. Usually on my first try or second try, I do pretty good. And after that, it kind of goes downhill. But I guess that's because my brain is clear. I notice I get more.
That happens to me. My first hits are so clean, but then I'll start getting messy after that. I think it's because I'm overthinking. I'm letting my own thoughts get in the way. But like you said, when you just don't think about nothing, you just go for it. That first hit that you get, that's usually always right. But you doubt it, especially after you start doing it for a few times. You're like, was that the first one, or was that the second one? You start questioning yourself. But you're right, Robert. That first clear hit, it's usually spot on.
Yes.
Spot on.
Alexander, you got anything on that? Did you ever try the remote viewing?
Oh yeah, I've tried it. Yes. I've been on remote viewing. I had like 50-50% with it. I have to do more training on that. But yeah, I've tried it.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. And
we can all do it.
Yeah, and do you feel like you clear your mind? He's always giving everybody a time to smudge, and I think that really helps clear your mind. I usually get up and walk around the house and do something, and then I come back kind of fresh, just fresh.
Michelle.
But if I overthink it, I go right down the tubes.
That's what happens to me, Robert. My mind gets in the way and messes it all up. But if I just don't even care, don't even think about it, and they're like, blah, 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 and I'm like, bam, just whatever hits me, it's right on. I did it one time. I wasn't on chat because I was just listening because I had my hands in gloves and stuff. But Max was on, and he did one time, and literally I saw Marsha's Oregon pyramid, and I saw Wayne's eclipse pictures that made the pyramid, and that's all I could see. And it was Marcia's orgone pyramid. I was dead on. I mean, dead on, spot on. I got it 2 different ways, and I got Wayne's eclipse with the pyramid where it turned into the pyramids, and then I literally saw my orgone pyramid Marcia made for me, and that's what it was. It was a picture of her pyramid.
Nice.
I was like, I mean, I was dead on with that one. That was the strongest hit I've ever had. But I have a pyramid, so I was like, maybe it's because I know that material and I know that thing so well, I could instantly see it. Because I mean, it was such a strong one. But that was the best one I ever got. Like, so like, boom, boom, pyramids. That's all I could see, 2 pyramids, and it was exactly the pyramid I saw. That was my strongest one ever. But I didn't know if it's because I have a pyramid, you know, and I have a real strong association to it. So I didn't know if that's kind of cheating or
but
not.
you know, the thing is there's a million guesses. It could have been anything.
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
yeah.
You know,
right.
it could have been anything. So just because you were thinking pyramid, maybe that helped you out or something. I don't know.
I saw Marcia's pyramid, and he literally showed, look, it was an Marcia's orgone pyramid. I was like, oh, I was like exactly like you, the man with the beard. I mean, I was spot on, but that was the best one I ever did. That was my hardest, like perfect hit. It was instant, no questions, no doubt. But normally it's not that good or that strong. So, but that one was really good.
Good.
Easy.
Deal. Remember, everybody, tomorrow night, Horns of the Goddess on Nina the Mystic. I'll be there tomorrow. Be there or be square. Alexander, how do we get a hold of you, and how do we get to your channel? I think I got the description or your link in the description below. You said you had problems. They took down your channels because of all your conspiracies, but we're going to get you back. We're going to get you back. Don't you worry. Putting the word out.
Right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to build this channel back again. And and in the future I will start streaming, but I will wait this few months, and then yes, I will start streaming back again. I was focusing more on meditation, you know, aligning our mind and heart energy.
Oh yeah, that is something I really would like to do a show on again. I hope I can get you back on that, because everybody talks about meditation and alignment. Man, we've had so many shows here, and I remember David Castle helping me out the most and telling me to focus, you know, and I had such a problem. Huh?
Has anybody heard from him at all?
No, not really. I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Me either. I'm kind of concerned.
I saw him, I think was yesterday. He jumped on Matrix Man channel. He said he's having problems still with his devices. So.
Oh, God almighty. Wow.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad he's out there. I'm just having him on. He's a good guy. I like him.
Me too.
The thing is he helped me the most with my meditation. You know, he was telling me how to focus, clear my mind, and I was all worried that I was doing it wrong and that there's some big process to do, you know. And really, it sounds like a big process. You got to sit there and meditate, you know, and do these things, and you can't do this and this and this and this, and you gotta sit there and wave your little smoke thing. And what? No, it's none of that. It's just focusing and clearing your mind and, you know, picturing different things, and maybe you can go through with that us on another time. Will you have you back on? Would that be good?
Yes.
Excellent. And
it's so good to see you, Alex. I've missed you, my friend. It's been a long time. And Robert, thank you for the invite.
Oh yeah. I was thinking you were busy. You told me, I'm gonna be busy tonight. I'm not coming.
I was, and I canceled. I said, nope, I'm staying home tonight. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I had a wedding Thursday night, and it's been busy. I'm like, nope, I'm taking a day off.
We missed our Tuesday thing, and I was busy. I had to work late, so. No, that's right.
And I was preparing for weddings and working late as well. So I was like, okay, we'll catch up this week.
Yes, absolutely. But I'm going to tell everybody, remember, everybody, go out and do something nice for yourself. Make your cup overflow so you can be nice to other people. because when it boils down to it, you know, there's people out there that need help. They need things. They need just enough for you to say, thank you. I appreciate you. They need a wave. Big smile on your face is more than they could get in money or things, because when it all boils down to it, the only thing you can take with you when you pass to the other side is your memories. That memory of somebody and what they did for you, and hopefully you can pass it on to them. So with that, remember everybody, be the frequency you want to receive, everyone. I love y'all. Peace, everybody.